Welcome back, Tamers, to another deck profile video. In today's video I am showing off my version of Seadramon, which has a pure line base. So in short, anything that's only related to the Seadramon lineup. On paper doesn't look that strong, but surprisingly in testing it is very strong. So as always, we will dive into our Digi-Eggs in a second, but this is a really cool deck and I'm loving it. So let's dive in. In regards to Digi-Eggs then, so I'm still using 4 copies of Pokemon from BT7. The inherited effect is your turn once per turn. When you play a Digimon from one of your Digimon's Digivolution cards, you gain 1 memory. Due to this deck having a pure line base, essentially you're only going to be playing out Digimon via means of the level 6s. But that extra memory does come in handy, as you'll see later on. Right then, so for our rookies, I am running a full playset of Madoki Betamon, and the only effect it comes with is an all turns effect. Your opponent can't gain memory except with Tamer effects. I'm running 12 rookies in total, and they are all Betamon related. This card is still relevant for the game nowadays, despite the many removal effects that Digimon have now, but it's still very convenient. Next up, I am running 4 copies of Betamon from BT15. The on-play is, if played by an effect, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack until the end of their turn, and the inherited effect is jamming. I've really wanted to play this card for a while now, and it never really fit into any of my C-style decks, but it goes hand in hand very well with this deck. So I'm really glad that I can now use this, but still using 4 of purely because of the pure line. Betamon X Antibody from the promotional range. I'm running a full playset, comes with the code. On play and when Digivolving, by placing this Digimon as the bottom Digivolution card of any of your other Digimon with Seadramon in its text, you can return one of your opponent's Digimon with as high or lower a level as one of your Digimon with Seadramon in its text to the bottom of the deck. The inherited effect is essentially when this Digimon with Seadramon in its text would leave the battle area, you just trash 2 of the same level Digimon in its sources to prevent that from leaving. As for champions, I am running 2 copies of Seadramon from BT15. It comes with Rush and Inherited Jamming. Now, there are so many different Seadramons to choose from, it's actually been quite difficult choosing my ratios. However, this card still comes in handy, and being able to essentially swing for game with this card because of the Rush element is quite handy. Or if you're able to play it out using the level 6 and 7 effects, it's just another swing you can get in. But I'm also running 4 copies of Seadramon from the promotional range. The on-play and when Digivolving is one of your blue Digimon can't be deleted in battle until the end of your opponent's turn. The inherited effect is your turn once per turn. When any of your effects play another Digimon, one of your blue Digimon gains Rush for the turn. Again, I've gone for more of a Rush element in this case, especially with the effects the level 6s and the 7s come with. Again, crucial for multiple swings in a single turn. Next up is 4 copies of Seadramon X Antibody from BT20. On play when Digivolving, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Then, if it has Seadramon or X Antibody in its sources, one of your opponent's Tamers can't suspend until the end of their turn. Inherited effects when attacking once per turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, you draw 1. The fact that this card can stall a Tamer and bottom decker level 3 is crazy, especially if you Digivolve for 0. That's why I'm running 4 of. In regards to ultimate level Digimon then, so Mega Seadramon from EX8, a full playset. On play when Digivolving, one of your Digimon unsuspends. When attacking once per turn, if you have 1 or more memory, one of your opponent's Digimon can't suspend until the end of their turn. Then the inherited when attacking once per turn by placing one of your other Digimon as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, this Digimon unsuspends. Again, there are so many different options for the level 5s in terms of Mega Seadramons or variants, but I'm still running 4 of these. And 4 of these, Mega Seadramon X Antibody from BT20. On play when Digivolving, return one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Then if you've got Mega Seadramon or X Antibody in its sources, one of your opponent's Digimon can't suspend until the end of their turn. The inherited effect is your turn. This Digimon's attack targets can't change. Both of these Mega Seadramons are still very relevant, especially in the current game state. But for this deck, they work magically. As for level 6s, I'm running 3 copies of Metal Seadramon Ace from EX8. It's on play, and when Digivolving, you de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of their play cost 7 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the deck. The all turns effect is whilst you have 1 or more memory, none of your opponent's Digimon can suspend, and being that it's an Ace card, naturally you can counter to Digivolve over your black or blue level 5 Digimon. Still very relevant for this deck, I find, but as it's a pure line, that's why we're running 3 copies of Giga Seadramon as well. Security attack +1, reboot, blocker. When Digivolving and when attacking, once per turn, from the Digivolution cards of this Digimon with Metal Seadramon or X antibody in its sources, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card without paying the cost. All turns, once per turn, when any of your Digimon are played from Digivolution cards, you de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. And it's a Digivolution cost of 2 over the top of a Metal Seadramon. As for level 7s then, so I'm running 1 copy of Seadramon from EX3, which is when Digivolving, you may play 1 blue level 3 Digimon card, or 1 Digimon card with Seadramon in its name, or Aqua or Seadramon trait, from any of your blue Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. The opponent's turn effect is once per turn. When your opponent plays a Digimon card, you may activate the when Digivolving effect of this Digimon. But I'm also running 2 copies of Seadramon from EX8. When Digivolving, return up to 14 play costs total worth of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. And then if you have DNA Digivolved, then you can play up to a total of 12 play cost from this Digimon's Digivolution cards, so long as they have the DS trait. And again, that's without paying the cost. The all turns, whilst you have 1 or more memory, none of your DS trait Digimon are affected by your opponent's Digimon effects. And additionally, if you have 1 or less, your opponent can't activate any of its Digimon's on play effects. As for Tamers, I'm running 2 copies of Davis from BT3. It's the memory setter for the deck, and the on play is you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and you add a blue and green Digimon card among them, and then bottom deck everything else. But you don't play green Digimon in this deck, so it's only ever blue. I've opted this more so than in favour of Yao, mainly because it searches for cards. The Yao, you can tuck things under, which is nice, but it doesn't really do anything else. So yeah, I've opted for these. In regards to options, I'm running 2 copies of Protoform from EX5. The main effect, in not so many words, you essentially Digivolve one of your Digimon cards without an X antibody in its source into another Digimon card with the X antibody trait for the cost reduced by 1. And then you add this card as its bottom Digivolution card. The inherited effect is when that Digimon would leave the battle area, other than by one of your own effects, you can save one of those sources, add it to hand, and then place this card on top of your security. I'm also running 2 copies of Blue Scramble. Essentially, you Digivolve one of your blue Digimon into another blue Digimon card with that cost reduced by 3, then add this card to your battle area. The start of your turn effect is if your opponent has a Digimon activate delay, you basically add 1 blue Digimon card from your trash to the top of your deck, then you play a blue Digimon card with 2000 DP or less from your trash without paying the cost. The security effect is exactly the same, except the Blue Scramble gets added to hand instead. 2 copies of Blue Memory Boost is my next choice. It's just any memory boost really. It's a solid choice for any deck, especially as you need to search your pieces, and it's no different here. But you reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, you add 1 blue Digimon card among them, and in bottom deck everything else. The second main effect is delay only, which is gaining 2 memory. The security effect in this case is just placing this card in your battle area, but still a solid 2 of to have in this deck. My more preferred option card, however, is Mental Training, and that's why I'm running 3 of them. But the revealing top 2 and then adding any 1 blue Digimon card among them to your hand is quite handy. And then obviously you place this card in your battle area. The delay effect is that one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a blue Digimon card from your hand for its cost. However, if you use this effect, you reduce that cost by 2. The security effect in this case is simply, again, placing this card in your battle area. The 50 card deck profile is now on the screen. As always, guys, feel free to just use this image to building your own decks, and I hope it works. I played this version of the deck because 1, it's fun, I'm having a great time with it so far. 2, because it's the Seadramon lineup and it's one of my favourites. And 3, Metal Seadramon is my favourite Digimon design. So it all goes hand in hand together. The deck, whilst it's not necessarily strong on paper, the combination of bouncing things,
de-Digivolving and stopping Tamers from suspending actually works very well. And at the time of this recording, I'm somewhere between 20 to 25 matchups with this deck profile, and it remains undefeated. That's against both non-meta and meta decks. So something here works, and I think Betamon X Antibody does a lot of the legroom. But as always, thank you very much for watching the video. Like it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, and I will see you all in the next one.